Ella really was unlike anyone I'd ever met. She was adorable, with silky black hair that slightly curled as it fell right beneath her shoulders.
I just got my hair cut because it was too long, but they cut too much. I never wanted it this short.
And her favorite thing was to have someone play with her hair. Really, all you had to do was run your hands through it and she would love you forever.
I do love when people play with my hair. Puts me to sleep every time.
And she may have been short, but she was feisty. Especially if you took her to a soccer game.
Of course I love soccer. You should hear my grandma at a soccer game. Hijo de puta! No, tu madre! Appropriately vicious.
Really, her love for soccer and sense of competition against other countries probably contributed to her nationalism.
I keep telling them, I'm not racist, I'm nationalist. And besides, it's not my fault I happen to be from the cutest, itsy-bitsy country in the world.
She seemed to especially have a vendetta against Mexico. I'm sure that had something to do with soccer rivalry. Well, that or the fact that everyone assumes that anyone from Latin America is Mexican, right?
I don't have anything against Mexico. I'm sure that had something... unless we were talking about soccer. Good things have come from Mexico, like queso dip. I have nothing to love for Mexico. Unless we're talking about soccer.
You just couldn't put her in a box. She was totally unique.
Yeah, I'm an international student, but I am Salvadorian and went to high school in Romania. So, am I Latina or European? And now I go to college in the U.S., and I'm the daughter of a missionary. What box am I supposed to check on all the forms? You want me to choose one box, one generic identity.
She was an international student, an MK, a business student, and of course, she spent 2 years as a resident assistant. Well, that was how I first met her. We were on our A staff together. I remember one particular instance when I met her to work on Hall Olympics together.
One time, I met up with Beth for coffee. We were going to share some ideas for our upcoming Hall Olympics. Hey, how are you doing?
I couldn't believe it. I just started crying. Right there in the coffee shop, you know. I mean, all she asked was how I was doing, and I couldn't stop crying. I don't even remember what was wrong. All I remember was how I
opened my arms and let her fall into them. Everyone needs a good cry once in a while. No big deal.
She loved me by just letting me cry. She didn't even get awkward or push me to explain. She just let me cry. I haven't cried like that in a while. I've stopped crying like that. Anyway, ever since that day, she was always there for me. I would call her room phone and say, "Hey, are you in your room?"
"Yes, I'm here. Come on up."
I would run up the whole 4 flights of stairs and collapse into her bed and tell her all about my day. She would then tell me about her day, and we would have spontaneous 2-hour-long conversations in the middle of when we were supposed to be doing our homework.
I loved how she would come to visit me. It gets lonely on the 4th floor. No one bothers to come all the way up here.
After that year as RAs, we worked together on a conference staff for the entire summer.
Our staff was always together. When people needed help getting their homework done, we helped. And when we were done, we had fun. All day, every day, together. It was such a great summer.
Do you ever think that some things are too good to be true? Is that possible? I mean, sometimes I'm scared when things are going well. That just means they're going to take a turn for the worse sometimes.
Did I mention that was the year I got a car? Yeah, my brother and I got a car and shared it. Though I would get so annoyed when he would smoke in my car, thinking I was too stupid to smell it.
Yeah, I remember that car. They named him Oscar. I mean, most people name their cars girl names, but those two didn't. They were so funny about sharing their car. Even if we only went to Hobby Lobby, she insisted on stopping by the gas station to fill the tank back up because that was part of the deal.
I could never find my car after my brother would use it. Sometimes he wouldn't even fill up the tank. Anyway, Once there was some damage to the car from a little scuffle, so I decided to take it to the body shop for some repairs.
Obviously, though, since she wasn't from around here, she didn't know where to take it to get fixed.
Beth knew where I could get it fixed, and luckily she offered to just take me there. All I had to do was follow her. What a pretty day to go, too. August is such a pretty month. The sun is shining, the corn reaching to the sky and waving hello in the warm breeze.
Indiana roads can be tricky. What, with the cornfields that obstruct your view and all, but I wasn't really thinking about that. Why would I?
Life's funny, isn't it? We live our lives like we have a guaranteed number of years. Time is guaranteed. There are plenty of things we will have time to do before we ever die.
So I was at the stop sign, and I looked both ways.
Finish college, get married, have babies.
And I saw the truck coming, but I knew I had enough time to make it across, so I went.
Did I ever mention that I would make the most adorable pregnant woman? I mean, not to be conceited, but just you wait. When you see me at homecoming in 5 years, I will be pregnant and so stinking cute.
I looked in my rearview mirror for some reason, urging her not to follow. I watched her, muttering, "Wait, wait."
And then you get to watch your kids grow up. And there's that dream job you always wanted and you finally get.
Wait. But she wasn't waiting. Instead, she crept out onto the intersection. So my whispers quickly grew louder and different. Hurry. Hurry.
Then come the grandkids and the retirement. Life is so precious.
It's like part of me knew she wasn't going to make it.
Life isn't supposed to end a week after your 21st birthday.
I watched it happen. I heard it happen, that wretched sound, the metal, the tires squeals, the horn would not stop going off.
I was going to be such a cute pregnant lady.
I saw it happen. I saw the car. I saw her, that beautiful, silky hair.
I was going to visit every country in the world. I was going to live in as many of them as I could. Except Mexico.
Life isn't supposed to end a week after your 21st birthday. She was going to be such a cute pregnant lady. She was going to live in so many different places. I already promised to visit her in every country.
I did a lot in those 21 years, though. Definitely lived it up. Isn't that the point? To live?
Die? How could she die? And who's going to open her arms for me crying out?
It's okay. Everyone needs to cry sometimes.
I've always lived life like I had a guaranteed number of years.
Life's funny, isn't it? We live our lives like we have a guaranteed number of years. There are plenty of things we'll have time to do before we ever die. Really, there is no guarantee. Not even a guarantee of tomorrow.
Really, there is no guarantee. Not even a guarantee of tomorrow.
So how then will you live?
How then will I live?
You like that?